The stream is live, I think. Should be. There we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons. I am Christiana Ellis, the Dungeon Master. Our players tonight, Starla Hutchton as Nirakina Ethu.
Greetings and salutations.
Not used to being first.
No.
Jenny Meltzer as Cadence of the Water.
Hello.
James Meltzer as Ket of the Sands.
Hi.
Mark Kilfoyle as Alaric Copperbeard.
The first thing we do is solve all the world's problems. That shouldn't be so hard.
And Jadzia Axelrod as Mugen the Magnificent.
What's up, party people?
Woo! So, we have a Chooch running late who will join us autarky when he can. Viv, alas, unable to play with us tonight. But Amethyst still present in the party. So, let's talk a little bit about where we left our heroes. Sound good? Everyone
Let's do it.
concur
Please do.
with this plan? So, the time in the universe is still not working. You guys are running around in this frozen multiverse, trying to figure out how best to proceed. And you are just about to head back to the prime material plane when you... Actually, I think you did. You teleported back there first. Plane shifted back to the prime material plane. And then all of a sudden, who should you encounter but the serendipitous presence of your old friend, Mugen the Magnificent.
That's me!
Original hero of legend, long on their own path, but back now. And all of you now then proceed deep into the mountains to try to stop Nira's people from waging war against their long enemies, the Dark Elves, who didn't actually do the thing that the High Elves were going to wage war on them for. They did some other stuff, some of them. It's complicated, kind of like how entire peoples are, where not all of them are one thing or another. In any event.
That was deep, Christiana.
Oh, I try, especially as you descend deep within the bowels of the world of Sekamian. As you arrive, you discover that the Dark Elf city must not have been able to mount much resistance at all to the High Elf army, because it is entirely occupied and apparently under control of the High Elf army. But thankfully, you do not see signs of the possible genocide that you feared might happen. Occupation by force, but not massacre. And following the trail through to an important looking building, you do find yourselves in this very fancy building you suspect might be the seat of power here in this city, this underground city, carved inside a massive skyscraper-sized stalactite hanging from this enormous cavern ceiling. And inside, you found, in the presence of an important council, Nira's mother, frozen in time just like everyone else. And after some discussion and dares and recriminations and arguments, you unfroze her in time to talk about what was going on. And so the rest of you finally got to meet Miranessa Ethu, who was badly burned on one side of her face and missing an arm due to an encounter with a devilish assassin, and she had been convinced that Nira was dead and that they were waging war on those who destroyed their Holy Spirit. But after some argumentation and discussion, she was persuaded that this was a misguided effort, and Although it's still a complicated road ahead, perhaps there's some hope that the war could be stopped here and not progressed any further. But of course, there is still going to be that big demon summoning to deal with at some point. And there's also the fact that Otterkey and Cadence sensed that there is a fiend within this very building, likely that same devilish assassin that attacked her before. So now, heroes of legend, what do you want to do?
I would like to take a short sword from someone that's just standing around because there aren't any in the bags of holding.
Okay.
And I kind of need one, so
Sure.
I just kind of want to, commandeer one of those there short swords.
I think that can be accomplished with relative ease.
Okay.
So about how much time is left because her arm was regrowing, and it seems like probably should let her stay animated,
Sure.
unfrozen.
Well, the
while
spell
that
takes
is
an
it.
hour, is my understanding. The regeneration spell that Amethyst cast, and it had really only been maybe 10, 15 minutes since it was cast, but we can kind of hand wave that a little bit as you catch up on some of the just miscellaneous details.
We'll stand around awkwardly for
Like,
an hour.
no, we
waiting
are
for
now
our
going to
grow back.
roleplay every
talk.
second of that hour. Yeah.
So,
So
nice ceiling underground.
I love the
Well,
tapestries.
While all of that is while she's still, healing and stuff, we could take a look around, at least go scout things.
Yeah, so how about this? Amethyst and Otterkey volunteer to stay back with her while her arm regrows, and the rest of you go to explore.
Genius.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Well, because I found a cool map, here's a cool map.
Wow, that's a really cool map.
That is a
Yeah.
cool map.
That is.
So, those of you just listening to the audio version, and what we're looking at here is a big, elaborate, fancy-looking room that looks like some sort of a high council might meet here. Currently, the seats at the table are occupied by high elves. You're off over here talking to Miranessa, sort of off to the side. There were a couple of the dark elves standing kind of off to one side as well, and then one important-looking guy who looks as though he was giving some sort of testimony to the council, but they're all frozen in time as we speak right now.
The one at the front, he's one of
That's
the dark
Elrond.
elves.
Yeah. This guy.
Does anybody else see the giant spider, or is that just me?
I was admiring it. It's got hands. It's a spider with hands, you guys.
It is. So I think it's
All
obvious.
that's been keeping spider supremacy is their lack of hands. We are fucked.
I mean, at least it can't move at the moment. Although I think
Well-
I saw it twitch.
To be clear, I think even there in the room, you can see that so while everything is time stopped, that does appear to actually be a statue.
Right, of course it is.
I go put a cupcake in its hand.
Hey, where did you get that cupcake, man?
Oh, I got all kinds of treats.
You didn't wish for it, did you?
No.
Wishing for
I
food
did
and
not
treats is
wish
bad.
for the cupcake. It's a bit moldy. I picked it up like a little while ago.
Everybody's so still. It's hard to tell what's a statue or what's a person.
When in doubt, make sure or think it's a person, because I hate for anybody to unfreeze broken.
I stand next to the high elf there at the front of the table, at the head of the table, and I just kind of just look all serious and be like, "You cannot wield it."
I have expected you to take out a sketch pad and start drawing yourself.
Now, make rabbit ears behind his head. So, which way do we go if we're going to do some scouting?
So
Well-
where did we come in? Like towards the southern end of this room?
Right. So, yeah, where you came in, one of the things we're going to have to just sort of retcon on this map a little bit is that the stairs are not always perfectly aligned with what I described before.
Mhm.
So we'll say, even though this map does not actually feature like a door and a hallway right there, that is in fact where the stairs that go further down are.
Okay.
What you see actually, though, at the top of these stairs, if you explore up there, is that there does appear to be what looks like a teleportation sigil.
Mm.
And not just like teleportation circle, but more like a localized thing.
I've been looking for one of those.
But yeah, so
Like
it seems similar to what you would expect for a teleportation circle, but it's also, you suspect there might be more to it. There's more runes around it that you would have to investigate further.
Or maybe somebody knows. So I'm going to turn to Miranessa.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't suppose you have any idea what the function of that is.
It's quite a remarkable bit of magic. They use it to teleport themselves essentially from here to the more secure floors within the structure. Those floors above there have no exterior entrance or exit.
How do you get back? Same gizmo?
Yes, but they've tuned it so that they can control who would be permitted to use it and who would not. As things stand, it has been tuned to allow anyone to use it.
Oh, that's convenient. Does it require a command word, or you just step on it and
You
it
have
takes
to visualize where you intend to go, but if you look up by there, they've and you look, and there's actually like a piece of paper pinned to the wall that has like drawn depictions of the different rooms.
It's like a subway
cheat sheet.
map.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, you can punk somebody with
So
putting
just focus on one drawing or another and step into the circle.
Where was the last place you encountered the demon?
Well, it wasn't here. It was before we arrived in the city.
Mm.
Okay.
Well, looks like we're gonna have to go do some exploring.
Mhm.
Yeah, when you sensed Cadence, when you sense the thing, you can't sense like which direction and stuff it's coming from, right?
No.
No, okay.
It doesn't reveal the location or number.
Okay.
Well,
yeah,
we
and
came from
Autarky's thing is only local anyway.
Right. Yeah.
But that ring of yours, Nirikina,
Mhm.
you can use that all day long, or is that limited?
Should be able to just look through it. There's no. I
There's
have
more
yet
of
to
those.
bump up across any bump into any limitation on it. So
Right.
You might want to keep an eye out on that.
Check can do
Mechanically,
see invisibility also.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a
true.
spell slot.
Well, she actually also has a new thing where she can kind of like hair on the back of her neck sort of things sense invisible creatures. But the mechanical limitation of the ring is that you have to hold it in your hand up to your face, so you can't do anything else that requires two hands while you're doing that.
right, but everything's
just be fair.
frozen, so I don't figure I'm going to need a lot of quick reactions. I mean, maybe, but
You never
Find out.
know.
We haven't found anything that's resistant to this except for us, but there's nothing saying that something couldn't. If something can create this, then something can defeat it, especially something maybe coming from another, wherever the demon lords come from. But I'm just thinking those imps, if we can't find the thing itself, the imps might be able to tell us.
I mean, we could just follow them. They're pretty easy to spot.
Yeah.
Well, for you.
aside from being invisible.
Yeah, for me.
There had been one in here, but you killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was one we'd already seen, I think, outside the chamber or somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shall we then?
Mm.
So you're all heading up to
Yep.
you're all heading up to the little sigil.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you see depicted on there are fairly good sketches of rooms. One appears to have what looks like sort of like a very small arena. One of them looks like a cavern, but it has like an obvious like mushroom depicted on it. One of them looks like a cavern with a bat depicted on it. There's one that looks like bedrooms, and there's I think yes, that's it.
Nirikina, do any of these look familiar to you? Weren't you kept somewhere down here before?
Not anywhere in this city, no.
Oh, I thought that was here for some reason.
No, that was further down in the mountain. Let's see. Are they arranged like by levels? So does it look like one would be the next floor up, or
Yes, the two that look like caverns are sort of like at the bottom of the list. Like first the mushroom one, then the bat one, and then the next one is the like the arena looking thing, and then the bedrooms, and I think that was it, right? Yeah.
I just kind of stare at the map and just shake my head. Man, there's so many levels.
What a ridiculous thing to say. There's only a few.
So
Should we just start at the closest one and work our way down?
yeah, that was my thought. Start at the bottom and work our way up. Or do you
I
want
just want to
start
go right
from
to
the
the
top
bat
down?
one. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Why the bat one?
It just feels appealing.
I mean, it's a bat, man.
Yeah.
What's not the best thing about the bat?
A
Do you not
bat.
like bats?
A bat, man. Well, okay.
It's 3 against 2. We're going to the bat room.
You're supposed to go to the bat room one at a time, though.
Decisions have been made.
The hole's not big enough for more than one at a time, I don't think.
Okay, so
Here,
we'll
well,
just
all
stick
right.
around. That's
I'll
fine.
go
We
first.
don't need to do this in any kind of organized manner. It's cool. Go ahead.
right.
Nah. Organized.
Organization doesn't always work.
We have fate on our side. We'll be fine.
Maybe we should try it first, though.
Yeah,
Someone
I'm
go
gonna
through and
do
come
it.
back.
I'm gonna do it. Stand
All
back. I'm excited about this. Let's go.
Woohoo! So what? You focus on the drawing of the cavern with the bat symbol?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. And step forward onto this symbol on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
There is a sort of a pneumatic sound like whoop, and Mugen just disappears.
Well, that part
Not
we
the
predicted.
weirdest way I've been transported.
I guess I'll go next.
Alright.
Before I go, I'm going to pull my ring off and have it in hand.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll focus on the bat cave
All right.
and step onto the sigil.
All right. Anyone else doing any special preparation or going somewhere other than the bat cave?
No.
No, I just kind of just step forward, and I'm just kind of like, Sigil roads take me home
dear.
to the place I belong, the Bat Cave.
Everyone
Nice.
else hurries
Step
to
on
go
it.
through into the. Yeah.
Yep.
So, you all appear here in a cavern that doesn't smell because the time stop, I think, interferes with that. But it is clear that this is a bat farm where
Oh,
bats are raised for meat and guano is harvested.
this is less exciting than I thought it was going to be.
What
Yeah,
did you
I'm not
think it
really
was
sure
going
what
to
you
be?
were
I don't
expecting.
know. I mean, bats. It seemed like maybe trying to find a demon. Bats. Demons have bat wings sometimes. It seemed like it made sense
Yeah.
that
By
it'd
the
be
way,
like some sort of demon room, but nope. It's a bat farm.
on this map, I just want to call your attention to the fact that it has wheelbarrows that are literally full of bats and crates that are full
Are
of
those
bats.
wheelbarrows live bats or dead bats?
Uh, I think it's hard to tell because of the time stop. But if you examine them closely, I think you find that they look more asleep than dead.
All right. Well, that's less disturbing than it could be.
Cart full of dead bats.
So
So
yeah,
first thing I'm
so
going to do, I'm going to take my ring out and start looking.
okay. So there, you don't see anything in the immediate vicinity here, but there are sort of two other little caverns going off in each direction.
I'm going to head to the west
All right.
and kind of just be scanning as I go.
All right. I'm gonna just assume everyone's moving together unless you guys tell me different. You
Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah, you see in here that there is a very bored-looking high elf guard on guard duty in the boring, stinky place.
Does it appear like he's guarding something specific?
No, he looks very unhappy.
Good.
Can you blame him?
He probably got in trouble.
No, man. Yeah, he's on bat duty.
Maybe there's another. I don't know. Maybe they expect people to come through here.
Well, they're securing the food supply, probably.
Yeah,
It seems pretty secure on its own.
You never know. Maybe there was a bat uprising once, and he's just here to keep them all down.
Can I look for any signs of imps?
Yeah. I think. Are you doing your spell slot primeval awareness thing again, or you're just kind of?
I'm just kind of
around?
looking around right now.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Not that great. 16.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you don't see anything like that, but it's actually a little hard to kind of probe the depths of the ceiling because it does look like there's actually quite a lot of bats up there. So you sort of feel like it might be actually a little bit tricky to, if like an imp were hiding amongst the bats, it might be hard to spot it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to waste my spell slot on imps.
Also, I just remembered Otter Key and Amethyst didn't come with you, so I'm gonna...
Yeah. Wait a minute. There's too many of us. What's going wrong?
Well, I was just remembering it's like Otter Key would be able to tell you if there was an imp here, but especially
well, if I
since
don't
you know
see
they can
anything-
change shape, it would be hard to pick out.
I mean,
one.
it could maybe look like a bat for all we know. Or
Yep.
they could all be imps.
No,
That's a lot of imps.
Well, there goes
that's
that
too
theory.
many. That's a lot.
Yeah, if I don't see anything, I'm just gonna keep moving.
Right. There is a little cavern down here that looks like it's full of like garbage and decayed stuff and some bones that you think that's like, okay, well, some of the when they feed the bats meat, that's kind of just where all the detritus gets shoveled into.
Well, definitely take a peek in there at the least.
Mm-hmm.
Just a cursory scan. I don't necessarily need to go poking through the refuse.
No?
You sure?
Yeah, this thing's pretty big, so yeah, no, I don't need to dig under the trash.
You can't smell anything because of the time stop, but you look in there, you get the feeling it doesn't smell good in there. And you feel like if you got some of that on you and it was not time stopped anymore because it was on you,
Yeah.
it would make you not smell good.
Yep. Not here for it.
So yeah, as you kind of continue on up this way, there's just kind of another little cavern in here. And you see up through this direction to the northeast there does appear to be a set of shutters that you think might be how bats can come like in and out of this little cavern.
Where
Can
do the
they
bats
be
go when they're
opened?
not here?
Somewhere else.
I want to peek
do.
through the shutters.
Okay. Do you have dark vision?
Yeah, I think so.
I can't remember. I think you must.
Yeah, no, that sounds like me.
Yeah, let's just assume you do. It's fine. You look, though, and you see that it does actually stretch for about 15 feet in a relatively narrow shaft. And you see also that, like, the edges of this shaft have spikes on
Ooh.
it. So it looks like it would be really hard for someone to climb through as opposed to flying through without getting poked by spikes. But what you do see is that after that area, it looks like it continues on to some more open space. But you also recognize that this structure you're in is essentially an enormous stalactite in a great big open cavern. So it might just go outside. You know, not
Outside, you mean?
not outside the mountain, still underground, but outside this stalactite.
What do you see?
Nothing interesting. Just a tunnel leading to somewhere. I was hoping for it to have a little more, I don't know, pizzazz, I guess. But it's a bat farm. Farms don't really have pizzazz.
Still,
It's the conference room really set me up for this, right? Because there's this huge spider. Why do you need a spider in a conference room? You don't. And I thought that was just the way everything was here. Giant spiders everywhere. Maybe there'd be a bat sculpture. None of
you
that
could
here.
probably
Just
find
a farm.
a giant spider around here somewhere if you really want to. They probably grow pretty naturally here, although many of the smaller ones be eaten by the bats.
And moving on, I'm going to keep on walking. I
Just
guess
keep saying
do I
that
have-
when Amethyst is around, she'll make sure there's lots of giant spiders around for you.
So I'll just go ahead and fast forward you go around to the other pathway, and it just leads to kind of another wing of the cavern. There's another high elf guard in there, although oddly enough, this guy seems in relatively good spirits. He looks like he was probably whistling when the time stopped.
What is his deal? He looks way too happy to be here.
Look at him with your ring.
Yeah, maybe it's an illusion.
Maybe he likes bats.
Maybe
He might like bats.
Maybe he always wanted to be a dark elf, and now this is his dream come true.
Or this is not the worst job he's had.
Or he just wants to be a farmer. I mean, some people do.
Yeah, man. Who are we to judge?
I don't judge him at all.
I mean, maybe he's gone a little batty.
Are you I judge?
That seems normal.
So still looking through my ring. I don't see anything.
I think you guys reasonably conclude that it's possible that an imp could be disguised as a bat, and it would be extremely hard to tell without some sort of fiend detector, which you didn't bring with you.
All right, I'll do it. And I cast Primeval Awareness.
So again, it doesn't tell you the.
No, it doesn't tell you the number or
Right.
exactly where they are. Just that there's one
Yeah.
within a mile.
Right. So I think what you get is approximately the same as the last time, which that you get 3 tiny pings and one, bigger ping. I think, again, it's if it doesn't tell you which direction, I don't think you really get any more information than that.
Yeah.
You know that there are at least 3 small fiends and 1 bigger one.
Okay.
Here? Like in the bat farm?
Within her sort of primeval range. which doesn't tell her if there's one in the room, but it tells her if there's one within a mile.
Yeah, it doesn't reveal the location.
Yeah. So
Dang.
it's unfortunate that you don't have Autarky with you because that he
Yeah.
has the ability that could actually do that.
I want to know why this guy is so happy. Like, why is he so
We
happy?
could always ask him. We've got time.
I mean, we
You
do
just
and
want
we
to
don't,
walk around
right?
like waking up everybody, Alark.
I mean,
The problem with waking
not-
him up is then we're gonna have to put him back to sleep,
Yeah.
and then that's gonna be an awkward conversation.
we can
Doesn't
just
have to
walk
be,
away
we'll
at that
just
point.
walk away. We'll
But what
never
if
know
they
any
follow
different.
you?
Eventually, they'll be out of range.
I've seen how fast you move.
We have
Mm.
ways of keeping people at a
Listen,
distance.
Shorty,
Hey, I am nimble.
I do all right.
Mm. Mm.
My God, you're both pretty. Ugh.
Oh,
We're
I
gonna wake
just
this
wanted
guy
you to
up or what?
say it. Thank you, Toots. That's all I wanted to hear.
if
You're
you're gonna
still
wake him up, hurry up, Alark.
Yeah,
I'm
doing
not
it.
as curious. as
Yeah,
you're-
yeah, Lark, wake him up.
Do it.
No, I'm doing it.
No, I want
I-
Lark to do
okay.
it this time.
I
Come
stand
on,
back.
Chuckles. Wake him up,
All right.
Chuckles.
She wanted to do it.
Well, okay.
He won't do it if she wants to. Just let her do it.
My God. I'm not even going to, like, I'm not even entertaining this argument. I'm marching right up to the elf and I'm going to just, like, put my hand on his shoulder and just wait for him to come around.
Okay. He does, and then says, "Ah!" and jumps back and goes to like draw his sword because a whole bunch of strangers have just appeared out of nowhere in front of him.
We really got to work on an opening line.
Who are
I
you?
don't really
What,
think
how
there's
did you get in
anything to
here?
say. So, first of all, if I were you, I would put your weapon down. One, you're outnumbered, and two, come on. Really?
And 3, we're not gonna hurt you. That should have been 1, but whatever.
We got to work on the opening line. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you and everything else.
So here's the thing. He's startled, but then he's looking around at everybody, and then he looks straight at you, Nira, and he goes, "Nira?"
That would be a good opening line.
Crap.
We thought you were dead. Where have you been? What's going on?
Oh, God. We don't have to do this again, do we, guys?
Wait, are you her boyfriend?
No.
You were thinking
No,
about
there's-
her, and that's
come
why
on.
you were smiling like that?
Oh my god. He was whistling because he just spent a night with Nirakina.
Oh, my God.
He,
Really?
you guys
don't
are all
think she
talking
was
so fast,
here.
he's having trouble processing all of it, but he's just like,
Yeah, she's alive, and there's a lot more to tell you. Rashama is doing fine, sort of, almost, but this is not where you should all be.
"What?"
Okay, none of that is really important because in a minute it's not going to matter. Why are you smiling?
What?
Why are you so happy to be in a bat cave?
What?
Just now, you look like you were whistling. What makes you so at home here?
He is suddenly like he's still got his sword in his hand, but he's suddenly like sort of fidgeting with his hands, like he's like embarrassed and he's not kind of sure what to do. He's like, I mean, to be honest, the whistling was because I know the other guy hates it.
Okay, well, I mean, I can
Yeah.
understand that. That's great.
No matter who you are, human, dwarf, elf, doesn't matter. People are still people.
But I mean, we came all down here because we thought we were going to have a war and just like fight till we're all dead. And honestly, this is a pretty soft gig compared to that.
Yeah,
point.
so I wouldn't hold on to that for too long. There's going to be some changes.
You're
Where
still
have
not
you
expected
been?
necessarily to fight to death. We're trying to prevent that part.
I can't believe it's you, Nira. What? Why are you? Why are you acting so weird?
Oh,
You really
yes.
don't know her
We are
then,
all
huh?
waiting for the answer to that one.
Say, what's your name, friend?
That's a good question. My name is Estella.
Stella. Kind of just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Nira, do you recognize that name?
It's been 100 years. I mean, really, I can't be expected to remember every name, can I?
Come on, elves are long-lived just like dwarves. If you start forgetting things at 100 years, you're going to really have
Like a
problems.
baby.
He has gotten quiet. He looks like he is really, his feelings are very hurt.
Oh, no.
It's her boyfriend.
Wait a minute. You were frozen for 100 years. It's not like you actually were standing around for 100 years.
What?
Not you, her.
It's okay.
What?
But she didn't know that.
Estella,
Oh.
it's fine. She gave her memories to a dragon. I'm sure if she hadn't, she'd still remember you.
Yeah, we're
Wow,
working
you're
on
right.
it.
Gave your memories
Kinda.
to a dragon?
It seemed like a good idea at the time, I'm sure. I wasn't there.
It was for a good cause.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Who are all of you?
Yeah, we all did it. We were just like, here, take my memories. I don't
Everybody
care.
was doing it.
Yeah.
It was the hip
Thing to
thing to do.
I'm really confused right now.
Whew.
I lay out like the gist, like the Reader's Digest condensed version of what's going on.
So
They'll probably take
Imagine
like
this
half
is
an
like
hour.
that
Yeah, so
scene.
we have
that
the little-
scene in Frozen 2 where Olaf is like
Samantha?
mimicking
Yeah.
the whole story
Yes.
in the woods.
that's good. I was also thinking of C-3PO telling the Ewoks about
Yeah.
the whole story and making the
I
sound
went-
effects
I went
and
to-
everything.
It's more,
These
it's
are
more
like
cat
the
style.
same.
I want the Ant-Man version though. I want that to be
Yeah.
Cat's version.
So yeah, we title card 5 minutes later, and he's sitting there just like,
And that is what happened.
We probably should just come up with a convincing lie. That's a lot to
So, how did you know
You don't have to
Nira?
explain it to everybody that we come across.
Well,
like,
we just like unfroze the guys. If we're gonna unfreeze people, we have to tell them what's going on. It's not right.
necessarily.
Stop
We could all
touching
just
everyone,
hide.
you
Well,
guys.
so Estella, how do you know Nira? If Nira doesn't remember you, like how do you know Nira? Were you like a friend of hers? Like did you like go out and have drinks one night, or like what's up?
well, I mean, and he keeps kind of looking at Nira, just like, well, I mean, I like to think we were friends. I maybe
See?
would have,
He
I
came
mean,
around the long way. He had to experience all the 100 years. He remembers you. And you're saying you wouldn't remember somebody 100 years from now? Jeez.
Leave
I
her
feel for you guys.
alone.
Listen, it's clear that Estella had the crush on Nira, but Nira did not have the same feelings for him. So let's just leave it at that. Let's not make it any more awkward than it already is.
he's
It's
he,
not
he's
like-
got like sad puppy dog eyes.
I mean, how would I even know? I mean,
Exactly.
Plus, it was
Estella,
100 years
Estella,
ago.
Estella, listen. Next time you have feelings for someone, trust me. Just tell them. Okay?
Don't listen to his advice.
Actually, he starts tearing up. He's like, "That's the thing I did."
Oh!
Oh no, you did. Oh well, how did Nira from 100 years ago react when you told her?
I don't want to know.
It's probably
I
freaked out.
want to know.
I want to know.
I kind of already know.
Did she leave you at the
This
altar,
is-
man? What's going on?
This is kind of private.
Oh,
Yeah, guys,
Oh,
There's no
just
such
woke him
thing
up
as
and dumped all this
private.
stuff on him. Do we really need to,
okay, is there anything of importance,
there
or
with
can
that.
we like? Okay, here's the thing, Estella. You're gonna be frozen again real soon.
Yeah, we really just
What?
want to know why you're so happy. That was literally the only reason that we woke you up.
Sorry, we kind of screwed that up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad Nira's not dead.
Let's see that you something to whistle
Yeah,
about when you go back
yeah.
into a frozen state.
So for what it's worth, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings.
Thank you. Are you
And
seeing
it's
anybody now?
It was 100 years ago, buddy. Give it up.
I wouldn't listen to him.
Yeah, why start now?
He
No,
has a
she's
vested interest. Anyway, so we're gonna go. We've got some demon hunting to do, and
I could come with you.
yeah, probably wouldn't do that. Did you happen to see the state of Miranessa?
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
did you see her already since you've been back? It was awful.
We spoke with her, and we're gonna fix it.
Did
But
you unfroze
it's
her too?
probably
Did she freeze again when you left? Is that what
Mm.
happened? Will I feel it?
no.
No.
You
Oh,
won't
no.
even know.
No, you won't notice
Won't
it at
hurt at
all.
all.
How do you
In
know
fact,
that?
you might actually think this is a dream when everything starts up again. It'll be like the blink of an eye.
It's not really how it feels, but maybe in your case it'll be
You
fine.
don't know that, Alaric.
I do. I was frozen.
Not like this.
Not for a long time, but I was frozen like this before I figured, well, we all figured it out.
There
I
won't
was
even be
frozen.
time for you to have a thought between
Or
when we walk away.
Or
I could come with you and not refreeze.
But see, here's the
Hmm.
thing. Like, we're going to do some really dangerous stuff, and like, you look like a pretty tough guy and everything, but the stuff that we're doing is like upper level dangerous. You would
Wait a
probably
minute.
get killed.
Do you know your way around all these places in here? Have you visited each of the levels? Do you know this place?
I mean, yeah.
Inside check.
I mean, go ahead and roll it.
Because I think he's not, but that's a 19.
Yeah, I mean, he's surprised you're asking that because he seems to think like, well, obviously.
All right, then. Well, maybe you could come with us then. Maybe save us some time.
There's not really that many places.
I'm
to
sure there's
go.
other questions we could ask him about all kinds of things.
You know, I've actually trained a lot, Nira, since you left. I mean, I'm actually I've risen 2 ranks in the guards. My archery is very much improved. I could show you. I could prove it.
Okay, I want to see this archery skills.
yeah. I like
Give
to
the
see
guy a
that.
break. It's been
I'll
100
tell you
years. He
what.
could have changed.
I'll tell you what. If he can beat Cadence, he can come with us.
Well, that's just kind of mean.
That's just kind of mean. Like, nobody can beat me. Come on now.
I didn't say it.
I'll tell you what.
Why?
I
Why?
will-
Why do you think that his skills might not be up to snuff? That's kind of insulting.
Yeah, that's
You should
true.
at least give him a chance.
Now you're defending
That's
him.
true.
Maybe you actually do remember him then.
I will.
So what?
What kind?
Here, he goes over, and he goes to like pick up a shovel, like off the ground, and it sticks, like it won't come up. What's happening? Oh,
yeah,
is it?
that's-
Well, I was just gonna like dig like poke a circle into the guano.
Oh yeah, you can't. Everything is frozen. Even the guano.
Well,
So
we might
weird.
be able to do it.
He
I'll
kicks,
cast Mage Hand.
kind of kicks it.
Well, hold on. Like, is
Cast Mage Hand and
I'm
try
trying
to
remember.
Okay,
carve
yeah,
a circle.
yeah, without difficulty. Wow. Okay, so yeah, what? So best 2 out of 3.
Do we
Closest
have
to
like
the middle?
a nice open space that we can like? There can be a fairly long.
Well, not so much in here. I mean, like if you made the circle kind of just up on that edge, you can get about 5, 10, 15, 20. You can get like 35 feet away.
All right, they have to stand far back, as far back as they can to make like the line.
All right.
Yeah.
Does he have a bow on him?
Yeah.
Is it just a regular longbow?
Yeah. It's basically over his shoulder, and he also has a spear.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So everyone else kind of getting off to the side. Whoops. So, I figure we'll just do like just a ranged attack, weapon attack, and highest roll, best 2 out of 3.
Okay.
All right. So, shot number 1. He rolled pretty well. He got a 24.
Okay. Ooh, 32.
Yeah, so he fires, and he's feeling pretty good because he got it right in the middle, and yours does the like it would have split the arrow, like it would have done that thing, except his arrow just like evaporates into like splinters, like it's not even like a split arrow there. It's just like.
Oh, tough break there, pal.
It's a really good shot. You know.
I sing under my breath, whoa, you're halfway there, whoa. And I cast inspiration on the poor dude.
Nice. Okay, what level die is it?
It is a D12.
Okay, great. Okay, he says, well, best 2 out of 3, right?
Yep.
You go first this time.
All right. I feel bad, so I'm actually going to use my regular longbow.
Yeah, you do have a +3 bow you're using.
That is a 29.
All right. Okay, hang on. 34 with the
Nice.
inspiration.
Woo!
Like you see him looking nervous and aiming, but then you hear him go like, "Whoa, halfway there." and he splits your arrow,
Wow.
and he says it too, like he's wow.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
you know, like I told you.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
did. You're
surreptitious
pretty
thumbs
good.
up to Ket.
I sing once more under my breath. See, eye of the tiger, and I cast inspiration on Cadence this time.
Oh. All right.
Oh. It's a D12.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Ooh,
Shot
I'm
3.
going to need it.
he got a 12 that time.
You got a what?
12.
Oh.
Oh. Well, I only got a 23.
Without
I
the
rolled like
inspiration?
I rolled a 6.
That's actually exactly what he rolled too.
Oh.
He has a +6 normally, but he like that second shot he rolled an 18, and then a 10 on the inspiration die. But yeah, so that last shot it goes awry. It just his palms got sweaty and it just slipped and he's like, oh.
Knees got weak.
I should have fudged mine on purpose. But I didn't.
Y'all are
Well,
mean.
That was kind of
No,
exciting.
I wanted him to come with us.
Mm-hmm.
I was
It's-
giving him a
it's-
fair shot. I
It
was.
You
feels
were
like maybe
not.
just after waking up, you still had to find your spot. Estella had to get his groove back.
That's right.
Oh my god. I think you've been spending way too much time with Ket.
This is my favorite episode ever.
He goes to you, Nira, and just says, fair's fair. I suppose if I have to train for another 100 years, then that's what I'll do.
I don't think you do. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I'm really, 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 really good. Like, I have a really good bow, and I have these cool bracers. I feel like it was kind of unfair.
You were conned on this one, Pally.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I accepted the terms. I can, I can, I can, I can accept my loss with dignity. And congratulations to you, my lady. You are an archer without peer.
She is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, true facts on that one.
yeah.
But you
Yeah,
did really,
she's pretty
really
good.
well. I'm actually kind of impressed.
He's got the little smile again. He's trying to be the stoic. I've accepted my loss, but it's just like thank you, Nero.
All right. Well,
I want to sidle up close to him and put my arm around his shoulders and say, "All right, just between you and me, though, did you propose? What was going on?"
He kind of leans over and says, "Well, it was kind of like I I think she thought I was joking,
Oh,
and then
oh no.
I wasn't, and
Sure.
I was embarrassed and she was embarrassed, and then
Yeah.
we kind of didn't talk about it again before she left on her pilgrimage, and then we all thought she was dead."
Right. Yeah. So, would you say you've been carrying the torch, or it like burned out and you're just keeping the torch?
I thought she was dead,
Right.
but I mean, she was
I mean, I've had
the
dead
chosen
girlfriends
high
too.
cleric.
So,
Well,
like,
but that's my
I get
point.
it.
It's like she was the chosen high cleric and then disappeared mysteriously. Like, who can compete with that?
it's really kind of disappointing how many people thought I was dead. Like,
What?
well, I mean, I suppose that's better than the alternative of them thinking that I just like ran off and abandoned them. So I guess it could be worse. But
It
still,
was
that's-
100 years. I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
feel
then-
like if no one hears from you in 100 years, even if you live a long time, you don't send a message or nothing, you're probably dead.
I don't know, Mugen. Have you met me?
Maybe
Anyway,
they were
I
all like,
thought I had, but
she
this
was
fella
so
has opened up a
stubborn.
whole new world.
yeah. I mean, they were all like, she's so stubborn. If she didn't come home, she's dead. That's probably what they thought.
I mean, I'm glad you're not. I'm sure your mother was glad you're not, and I mean, a lot's happened since then.
I do want to say that this is a really good reception. I'm sure if my friends and family found out I was not dead, they would not be as happy.
I
That
mean, we
sounds
found out
rough.
you weren't dead. That seemed kind of nice.
Kind of nice is the best I can expect at this point.
Well, it was really some of the best news we'd had in a really long time.
That's what I love, being graded on a curve.
Stella, you're a solid dude. One of these days, you're gonna find the woman that's right for you.
Or
You
man,
just gotta-
let's not be...
Or man, that's right. Yeah,
tied
no,
into
you're perfectly
heteronormative
right. No, you're perfectly. You're gonna
ideas.
find the person, the creature, the bat, whatever is nice for you. So chin up, man. They're out there waiting. You got this, man. And keep practicing your shot.
You sure you don't need me to come with you? I have to admit it's a little scary sounding hearing that I'm just going to freeze again.
I'm not gonna lie. You're probably safer frozen. If you come with us, there's like a 99.9% chance you're gonna die.
That's fair.
Mhm.
It's not great odds.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, if you needed my help, I would be there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No. Totally get it.
But yeah,
To
like,
be entirely honest, Estella, we do not need your help.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
okay,
Well,
well,
maybe you
yeah.
know a few things, but
So
We'll figure it out.
So, like, how does it happen?
Well, why
quickly.
don't you just make yourself
I
comfortable?
mean, do you remember how it
happened?
happened the first time?
No, I was just whistling.
Well, yeah. It's just it's like that.
Yeah, man. Just like,
You won't even know.
yeah, you won't feel a thing.
I promise.
I told you this was going to be awkward. I said this.
Yeah. We gotta stop touching people, you guys.
I mean,
Okay, so
Okay, so just
Maybe,
turn
maybe
around.
back up,
Yeah.
not be in the
Get
entryway
comfortable.
there.
Yeah, get,
So
get
I'm-
okay.
find a
What,
comfortable
over
position
here?
that you want to be frozen in.
Yeah.
He
no,
he
that's
kind of
good.
starts to like lean against the bat wheelbarrow and like he's a little like trying to look
It would-
casual and like cool. Like I want, if I'm gonna be frozen, I want to be in a cool like pose.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't
You
lean
should
against
whistle
something.
again.
Uh-huh.
Like, as we're leaving, you could whistle that song, that annoying song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and maybe do some finger guns.
So that way, when you get unfrozen, you could be annoying that guy over there.
Yeah.
There, perfect.
Do I have to just
Yeah,
like
it's gonna
hold it
stay
like
that
this?
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just hold it like that,
Yeah.
And we walk away.
and we walk away.
I'll be the last to leave the room and
Okay.
wave at him as we go.
All right. So he wasn't really whistling until you wave, and then you kind of turn around.
Yep.
All right. You leave, and I think you gradually hear the whistling slow down, a la HAL 9000, and then it stops.
You know, Toots,
Damn, Mira, you're a heartbreaker.
I was always confused about why you didn't want your memories back, but now I'm starting to understand why you didn't.
I don't think it had anything to do with
Probably
him.
that whole thing right there. She was so embarrassed that she was like, I just want to forget it forever.
I mean, maybe
I mean, if
that
she
was
had a
just a
memory-
slice of the life of Toots right there. Just like variations on a theme, for all we know.
Like, if we just start touching everyone, they're all going to wake up and be like, Nira, I thought you were dead.
And then they'll have an
Glad
embarrassing
you guys are
story.
enjoying this. Really, it brings me so much joy that you're so happy about my
I mean,
discomfort.
maybe if you had your memories back, you would have recognized him and you wouldn't have wanted to talk to him. Maybe you could have avoided some of that.
I don't want to talk to anybody else. I think we should stop touching people. Like, I really do.
We need more information.
No,
it's
we
going
don't.
to happen
Alright,
again.
So this cavern is clear. Let's go. Where are we
Let's
headed
pick
next?
another one. What are our options again? There's mushrooms.
Yeah. So mushroom cavern,
Kingdom and
arena, and bedrooms.
Arena? Do we want to try arena? Mushrooms is probably going to be a mushroom farm.
It's possible. What if it's not, though?
So does this room like go to every other room, or is it you go back to the central place first?
There's the same sort of sign that's posted. Only this one now has a big conference table. This picture does.
We should probably go back and get Autarky if we want to find those imps.
Okay.
Good thing we have Chute Schubert joining us now as Autarky.
Subtle, eh?
Hey, dude.
It even like works
All
in the
right.
story because they needed Autarky's ability to spot the fiends.
all right.
likely
So let's
planned
go
it
back to
that
the
way.
conference room.
Oof.
It would almost help if I like unmuted and stuff.
Oh my God, he's frozen. He dropped his key.
I forgot my key.
Whoa. Yeah.
And just, I don't know if you heard or not, Amethyst is staying back to help continue the regeneration on Miranessa.
Yeah. Just.
Yeah.
Well, also, yeah, just like someone stays by her so she doesn't freeze again. It lets her finish the spell and all that. Yeah. So, all right.
I was tuned in.
Well, so you poof back in, and you had been hanging out there, and I think maybe there was even a little bit of awkwardness of realizing like didn't really need both of you to stay. I mean, it's probably fine. Not that she doesn't enjoy your company, but it's also like she can clearly see you sort of itching, like I kind of want to explore too.
Fidgeting.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a fiend somewhere
Amazing.
here. kind of want to. Yeah.
Assassin thing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So
We need you. I can only sense that there is a fiend. Like, I can't track it down like you can.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. That's seems much better use
Right.
of my time at the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Or-
Does anybody
Absolutely.
have an idea yet how we can capture this thing?
What if we glue it to the ground with the super glue that we have? Then
Interesting.
it can't like bamf away. I mean, it's already frozen, so if we unfreeze it, it's stuck to the ground. I mean, we're carrying this glue around forever. We might as well use it.
So what if he cut his
If we
feet off?
can cork it with the bottle. And,
The bottle might be the
Oh,
best.
that's actually a really good
Right.
idea because it will then be compelled to follow, to answer all our questions and follow our instructions for an hour, and then we just
if we can tell him to like phone home and say the job's done or something.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Great idea. Okay, Archie, we have 3 more choices. How about you pick this time?
Yeah, I mean the bats looked great, but
It was
They
not.
really weren't.
no. Okay.
I ran into an old flame of Nirakinas. Small place.
Oh,
after
another
all.
It
one.
wasn't even that. Like, ugh.
Or maybe it's not
You
so
guys are
uncommon.
never
I
gonna
don't
let this go, are you?
know. It seems like a pertinent fact.
We're never going to let it go.
Nope.
It's
Never.
too much fun. All right, so yeah, how about
Let's find another happy
and
person.
I forgot what the other two were.
So the arena and the bedrooms and the mushroom
Ah.
farm. Well, you don't know it's a farm.
Right.
It's probably a farm. It's a farm.
Mushroom.
It's a
farm.
we can assume it's a farm at this point.
Yeah.
Not that imps
So-
would not hide in a farm. It's just we just
I
went
mean-
to a farm.
Yeah.
Can we
Well,
not
I
go
don't
to
know.
another
Alaric
farm?
might be hungry. Who knows?
Hey, if they're decent mushrooms, I'm not going to turn them down. It's not like we've been able to eat for a while. Really.
I mean, says you. I got all sorts of snacks in here.
Of course.
Robe
As
of
far as-
holding.
As far as staying hidden or something, I think that makes more sense than an arena. Arena's just open, right?
Oh
So-
no, are we gonna have to go to the mushroom farm?
Probably.
You
I mean-
guys are killing me.
Logically,
You get to
Ah!
pick the bats, so it's somebody else's turn to choose.
I know.
This is true.
All right.
I'm not arguing with it. I'm just gonna complain about it.
that's fair.
Well,
All
let's
right.
go for going.
Mushroom.
Mushrooms.
All right.
I
Mushroom.
like mushrooms.
It's a snake.
All right. All right. So, you once again, voip through the teleportation, and
It's a
I'm
voip.
voip. Yeah.
Voip.
And
Wow.
what you see, Alaric, is startling and frankly awe-inspiring, because what they have running through this cavern appears to be some sort of an enormous root-like structure, but growing out of it is an amazing variety of all sorts of edible fungi. Many that you recognize and some that are new and enticing. Also, there's like a guard guy standing there. And then over the, like across the other side of this big root thing, which is about 5 feet tall, you see what looks like maybe a couple of dark elves who are sort of harvesting, and there's a couple of guards around. So it looks like they are being allowed to do their harvesting under supervision.
Well, I'm gonna take off the ring and
Interesting.
start looking around.
I guess the mushrooms are in season, but the bats aren't.
Huh. There seems to be quite a big range. I mean, I've had a few different kinds of mushrooms. I don't know.
I've had a lot of mushrooms, but I haven't had these ones. I wonder what they taste like.
Only one way to
Insane.
find out.
Yep.
They certainly seem valuable.
I'll go to a mushroom that looks interesting.
All right. One that you have looks familiar, or something brand new and exciting?
Something brand new and exciting.
All right.
So I go to interrupt that perhaps some of these might be medicinal, but I think better of it, and I'm just gonna let him go.
Tell me what the one you picked looks like.
Let's see. I think it would be glowing with a pitted surface, red skin. The pits are slightly darker color, and it has a sort of floral scent. It's very, very large and has a button on the top. Nice fronds underneath. You can always tell a good mushroom by the fronds underneath.
Of course. Everybody knows that.
That feels like a euphemism.
Nope, it's a mushroom.
All right. Yes, that's a fancy mushroom that you've located.
While he's doing this, I pull a turkey leg out of my sleeve and start munching on it.
Go ahead and make a perception check, Nero, while this is happening.
Alrighty.
Yeah. What do you do with this mushroom, Alaric? Do you pick it and eat it, or are you just admiring?
Does it look like they've harvested any of this kind of mushroom?
I think that you see here and there are places that look like it is the broken off stalk of these. Like there have been others that were picked at least.
All right. Well, I will pull out a dagger and I'll harvest an entire mushroom. That way I can share.
All right.
It's a 26 for my perception check.
Great. I'll cover that in just a moment. So
Mushroom's more important.
Well, yeah, no, well, so with this mushroom though, are you do you take a bite? Or are you just putting it away in a pocket?
Oh no, I'll try some.
Okay.
Does he grow?
The thing is that the quirk of some of the funny things that you could imagine happening in this type of a scene are mostly moot because Alaric is entirely immune to poison. But you eat it. I think it doesn't taste great. I mean, like it's a little bit gritty. Yeah. You wonder if this is maybe meant to be paired with something else. I don't know.
Probably needs to be prepared.
What the rest of you definitely see though is that when he speaks afterwards, his teeth and tongue are glowing now.
Yeah.
No, this is a good look for you. You should eat more of those.
Maybe if
Not
I can
good.
find them to
Yeah,
cook them with butter or something.
It's dramatic, like agitating it in his mouth. It's much brighter than the mushroom was before.
You like that?
Never truly appreciated the things you say until right now, Chuckles.
I'm just seeing that episode of Friends where David Schwimmer smiles in the dark.
Yeah.
You want some? It's a little gritty. Not really my favorite flavor.
I'll try
But
some.
potential.
No,
I'll try
thanks.
some. I'll try it. I'll
Right.
try anything once.
I gotta see this.
Carve out a hunk for
I-
ten.
I lean into Nero and I'm like, did you prepare that dying spell today, like in case anybody dies?
Like, if I have to use a diamond because these jokers want to clown around with some mushrooms they don't know anything about, I'm gonna be not happy.
So,
I,
Kat, you
yeah.
try some?
Oh yeah, I'll try some.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I knew this was coming. Natural 20.
Nice. You take 7 points of poison damage.
I'll take that.
And I think, yeah, it's just like there's a moment as it goes down where, like, again, the taste, like, I don't know, maybe as an ingredient in something, the texture is weird,
I mean, it kind of tastes like old kitty litter.
right? But then
How would
your
you
stomach
know that?
your stomach
I'm-
kind of starts to do a little bit of cramping, like it immediately knows something that your tongue didn't.
Mm.
I kind of pat him on the back. It's an acquired taste. I had 4 years after all. Your teeth are glowing.
I'm gonna.
Look great.
I smile like the Joker. I'm going to get you for this, Alaric.
I mean, you don't have to thank me. It needs work.
Why so serious?
There's a lot of problems in the world, and I feel like half of them are mine.
No.
Okay.
So, Nira,
Yeah, 26.
yeah, you're listening to all of this nonsense go on while you're peering into all the little corners through the ring, and it's slow going because it's relatively narrow field, right? It's like a flashlight sort of. But then you do actually spot there does seem to be an invisible imp hiding up in one of the sort of corners of the ceiling.
All right.
Like around right there.
I'm going to pop off Sacred Flame. See what happens.
All right. Well, it is time frozen, so as before, it is unable to avoid it. So go ahead and roll that damage.
48. Okay. And that is 18.
Yeah. So once again, all you guys are having your funny mushroom nonsense, and all of a sudden you hear from off in the corner, whoosh, thump.
What the?
Got it.
I thought we were going to
nothing.
try to ask it things.
It was
It's
just one
an
of those
imp.
imps.
And still might know things.
They don't talk.
You really want to talk to everyone in this darn cave, don't
He
you?
does.
I want to know things. We're
Not
literally
everyone
walking
has
around in the
things
dark.
you can know.
They're not really worth talking to. I don't think they're just watchers. But
Yeah, I think from your studies you would know that imps can talk, but yeah, they are pretty low on the hierarchy, and the odds of them telling you anything useful would be entirely contingent on you basically being able to threaten it with something that it's actually scared of.
I thought we were going to follow it.
How
Look,
are we going
man.
to follow it?
It's frozen.
Yeah.
We release it. We let it move.
we're trying to find the assassin. I mean, I
Right.
don't think they're going to go to it. I think they have some other sort of link.
Oh,
They're
Oh.
probably
They-
spying. Like they
It
did
seems
at-
to come running, at just the right moments.
yeah.
And I think that's more than just physical.
Yeah, they were spying at your family's place and telling it everything that we were saying.
But this is a pretty, good sized space. I can try to look and sense for if there's something more significant.
Well, I feel. Yeah, sure. I mean, I feel like I would have seen anything bigger.
Oh yeah, you were already using the thing, right? Never mind.
Yeah.
I'll save
Unless
it.
it's hiding itself behind something, but if it's the other one could be invisible right up to the point of striking somebody, I think. That's another
Yeah.
thing. Can any of you do anything about this invisibility? Can you knock it out or something? Not knock the thing out, but knock out the invisibility.
Well, I mean, Cat has see invisibility, so he could see it.
I
I
have
mean, for the
dispel
rest of them.
magic, if that'll work.
Dispelling.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
the spell. I got the spell magic, yeah. But I don't.
Maybe anybody got any paint?
No.
I have flour.
Ah.
Well,
I bought
flour's
flour for
good,
this.
Yeah.
I bought
Well, why
flour
don't we
for
just
this
take
very
it-
purpose.
Why don't we just take a couple of these glowy mushrooms and
Hey, that works.
Oh, the glow would work well, yeah, because
Paint
like
the walls.
flowers, we can't really smell flowers, so but the glow, we'd see that.
No,
And
I
if it's
got-
still
no.
frozen, it wouldn't be hard to paint it with this stuff.
I think I have some buttermilk in here somewhere.
Archie, not flowers. Flour for like baking flour, powder that I could toss at things.
That takes way too long. We're
Okay, never mind.
I'm not going to bake this
I was gonna
cake.
pick some of these
Well,
mushrooms.
you would have to stand by the oven too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just have to wait
oh
for
yeah.
it. Yep.
And let's not even talk about kneading. Oh,
Oh my god! All the measuring and all
Man,
that
that's
now
stuff.
I
eating
want
in
to
this
eat
group, I think.
bread.
I am going to
Right,
collect
go for
mushrooms
biscuits.
as they're blah blah blahing about baking.
What, you're collecting mushrooms?
Yeah, I was gonna get some for Amethyst anyway, so she
Okay.
could like identify them or something.
Are
but
you?
Yeah,
You're just like picking an assortment.
yeah, but a couple more of the ones that Alaric bit into because I know they glow. So
All right. Yeah. They do. They do glow.
Funny aftertaste. It's kind of gritty. Maybe you smear it
You're
on
kind
meat
of
or
gritty.
something. Probably. I've been called worse. I've been called worse by you.
What are you talking about, Chuckles? We're good friends.
We're something.
Hmm. Okay, so is there anything else in this cave that we need to look around at?
I didn't see anything else. I don't know if you guys want to check if you have any of those, spider
We,
senses or tingling or whatever. I don't
we
know.
agreed not
I
to
mean-
touch any more people.
1 second
so,
away from keyboard. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I mean, we didn't actually agree to that, but
Well, we
Well,
Well, these people don't look particularly interesting.
Well, I mean, that guy could be one of Nira's boyfriends. We don't know.
That's true. Does
You
anybody look
raise an
familiar?
excellent point.
I go over and I touch the guy. No, I
no.
Christiana comes back. We've touched
Did he
them
have
all.
a twin brother?
He looks exactly like that guy in the other cave. All you elves look alike.
Oh,
no.
Oh, come on,
Oh,
come on.
no.
There's no room for that.
I know.
All right. Now, I know I have been talking about not touching people and talking to them, but do we think that one of the dark elves here might know something important? This is their place,
Maybe.
right?
They might actually know where the
Hmm.
ceremony was taking place. That's a good idea.
I mean, they might.
I already know where that was.
Well, then why aren't we there yet?
Oh, that's
Because
also
that's
a
the
good
Looking for
demon
the
that we're looking
assassin.
for.
but we're
The
doing
assassin-
the assassin.
I don't think the
Yeah.
assassin is here.
Not in this.
Not in this room, no. I don't
No.
think so.
Around
But
somewhere.
I think it's probably still close by, though. Like, relatively
It would be.
speaking.
Well, I think we need to search the other levels.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, there's so many of them.
Yes, exactly.
I mean,
So-
I don't know, but do you think that maybe the drow would know something that the other elves don't know?
I'm sure they know a lot about this city.
Anything that we could trust.
What? Yeah, I mean, what?
That's
Was
The
it
only
what kind of?
question, the
what
only
kind of
question
information,
I
yeah.
would have is if any of the dark elves, because this city was just flat out unprepared for any kind of force to come in. So that does make me wonder if perhaps their forces went elsewhere. And if so, where they might have gone.
Hmm.
And if we just ask them about the place where time doesn't work right, that's not, everything else right now. Like, that aside, maybe we'll skip over that part and just, yeah.
Like I said, we got to work on our opening lines. Maybe can one of you look like another
Why
dark
do we
elf?
tell them it's a dream? It's like, you're dreaming, you're going to wake up in a minute. But, well, we've got
Why the hell would you dream us?
because we're gods, okay? We're gods. We've come to you dreams.
Look at me. Why would you not want to dream about me?
We could make it a nightmare.
No, I mean, we don't need to be mean to them.
I say we just leave him alone. Let's go find this assassin. We're wasting
Yeah.
time.
Maybe these are our workers. They're working here. Maybe if we find someone who's a higher official, probably one of the ones who was in the jail as we walked in.
Hmm.
Or
Okay.
the one that was presenting to the council in the
Yeah.
main chamber there.
Yeah, maybe that dude will know something. The you cannot will it, dude.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
He
So,
probably-
but assassin first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, which are we? What are we doing next? The arena or the bedrooms? I mean, the arena seems really obvious, but like too obvious.
Right.
So maybe we should go there.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
No.
it's going to kill me to go to another farm. Come on, let's.
Well, we don't have any more farms.
No, it's not another
it could be a
farm.
bed farm. Who knows?
Okay, let's go
And
to
I
the
mean-
arena.
Farm.
Oh, geez, if it's a bed farm.
All
Elf
right.
farms.
I
All right.
Best beds are grown,
It's my
you know.
turn to pick. I
It's not
picked the
the
arena.
Wild. They don't
All
grow
right.
beds here.
Is everyone going to the arena?
Yeah.
let's
Because
go.
in theory,
And-
any one of you could choose to go somewhere else, but yeah.
As we walk
I
over
want
to
to see
the
the bedrooms just because I'm curious what a dark elf bedroom looks like.
Oh,
but
jeez. Wait a minute.
I think there's a part of you that already knows.
The part that was married to her.
So,
well, she's
Oh
got all
my
these
God.
great maps. I want to see all the maps. So if we
Okay.
go
We'll
to the
see
arena,
them.
everything is there.
idle curiosity or actual visual. So, my question
I don't
is,
actually really care, but I just want to see all the maps.
oh sure. Well, you can always go and visit all of the levels anytime you want. I'm just asking which one you are going to right now.
I thought we were going to the arena.
Yeah, if they're all going to the arena, I'm not going to split the party.
All right.
As we're walking to the sigil, I lean into Mugen and I'm like, I really like your dark elf idea. I was with
Thanks.
you on that.
Thanks, Bubbles. I appreciate it.
All right. So, despite the placement of your tokens here, let me move you actually up to where you would be appearing.
And as soon as we enter the arena,
Wonder what that is.
I cast
Nothing at all.
see invisibility as soon as we enter the arena.
Okay, and as you do, you see sitting on the stands and invisible, so as to be translucent, Fiendish assassin just sitting there.
Oh shit!
And,
Wow.
Sitting there,
and you actually notice that
Now that we
across
know
the
he's
room
here.
there's also
Good job, Slick.
also another imp across the area there. But one thing to note about this map is that if you see this sort of fancy ring there, the floor of that is actually one level down. So you can actually see that
Ah.
underneath where these stands are is areas where you think that there might be like openings and rooms underneath there.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Okay.
So, but
Right.
yeah, so like the fighting floor there is one level down.
Okay, so I relay this information to everybody that, hey, there's the assassin. I know you can't
Does it-
see him, but he's invisible, but he's right there.
Do you think
Does it look
dispel
like the
magic
other one?
would work while
He's
he was?
frozen, right?
Yeah.
Is he frozen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Do you think
Now
dispel
that we
magic
know
would
it's
work?
here.
I don't know. I mean, I could try it. Just be ready.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just cast these so I get the spell slots gone. Okay, so
We want to.
Anything? Who's got the bottle?
Yeah, exactly.
I got the
Has it?
bottle.
I mean-
I got the bottle.
Yeah,
All right,
there
well-
is also a high elf guard sitting on the stands here too, looking at himself like he's not sitting, but
Right.
he also does have the facial expression of someone who's been on guard duty for a while and nothing has happened.
Okay,
So
well,
it's not
dispel
risky.
magic is not going to unfreeze time. It
Right.
At most, it might, undo the invisibility. So, I mean, do you want me to try that?
Well, I mean,
Be ready
do
with
we
the
have
bottle.
any way of knowing if the bottle would do? I mean, we could try it on it frozen, right?
So
I mean-
yeah, you also have hold monster, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
All right. So I have dispel magic, so
Okay.
I could do that, and then you could fire off hold monster if you like. And then we can try. The
I
bottle.
say just try to trap it now while it's frozen. It's not like it's.
I mean, we could
it
try the
does
bottle.
exist.
You can try the
I mean,
bottle
you
first.
can see
It
it
does
after all.
exist. It's organic. It's not.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
let's
I'll
just
pull-
do
okay.
it.
I'll pull out the
Why are we
bottle.
talking about
It's
this?
not
All right.
stone.
I pull out the bottle,
right.
and I forget. Isn't there like some command word or something? How does
Isn't
that
there
work
a,
again?
Hang
Oh,
on,
that's
I'm
right, it's
pulling
doing
up
a save.
the magic item. You use an action to remove the flask's stopper. Let's see. No, that's the. Yeah, there is a command word, but I think you guys would know it, even though I
Right.
don't think in game we ever established what it is specifically. But
I
I think-
choose you.
Yeah.
All right, so I
targeting a
uncork the
creature
bottle.
that you can see, and because you cast see invisibility,
Right.
can do this. And so let's see if the target is native to a plane of existence other than the one you're on, and that is correct. Then it makes a wisdom saving throw. So I think what happens is you feel a little bit of resistance at first, but then you realize that the orthon is coming unfrozen.
Mhm.
So you see that your intent to cast a magical effect on it requires that it not be stopped, and so it is no longer frozen, but it is first thing that it's going to have to do as it is unfreezing is make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so I relay this. I'm like, he's unfreezing. He's unfreezing. Oh my god, I don't know if he's gonna get in there or not.
All right,
Oh.
let's make this wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. And I'll
Is
go
it-
ahead and
Nope.
use.
Nope.
Right on.
You see him, so like those, who are aware of his presence in any way, see that he starts moving, immediately starts looking around with a suspicious hostility, and then all of a sudden he begins to seem like he's being drawn towards you with the bottle, and he's struggling against it. And he sort of turns into smoke and then disappears inside the bottle, and the stopper goes.
Okay, nobody sees that, right? Except me.
Well, Nira might have her ring up. Yes? No?
Yeah, I didn't really have a chance to get it there, but yeah, I would have when he was
Yeah.
Damn it.
when we were making all this plan. Yeah, I would have wanted to see what was going on.
I mean, you told them it was there.
Yeah. And I was about to say once. Yeah, I was going to go ahead and use one of my divine senses to,
I was just going to play
so
a
that if
practical
it
joke. It's
failed,
okay.
I would be able to locate it.
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked. That's all
Wow.
that. Let's on to the next. He's in the
Right.
bottom.
Well, it's only a temporary change, but it does give us time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
well,
can
once,
keep that thing in the bottle
remember,
forever.
once he comes out of the bottle, he's under our control for 1 hour.
Yeah, but
Well,
the
Yeah.
contract
We
still
got-
exists, and as far as I know, so does the other one somehow.
Yeah, well, we can uncork him into a vat of lava or something. I don't know.
we'll take
I
care
will.
of this spectator.
No, leave the spectator, man. He's just the poor
The
dude that
imp?
was watching the fights.
No, no,
the
the imp.
imp. Oh,
There's
yeah,
an
yeah.
imp.
Imp
Yeah.
in
Oh,
here
yeah.
too?
That's
Oh, I
right.
can't see it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's an imp in here.
At least if it doesn't
Yeah.
know that it just disappeared, it'll be more of a mystery if they
Well,
wake up.
it might be able to report to whoever or whoever holds the contract. I don't know how it works.
Nira, can you see the imp?
Should I make a perception check to see?
I
if
mean,
can...
I don't think we need to belabor the point. Like, if Kat can see
Yeah.
it because of see invisibility and points it out, then you can use the ring to see it. I don't
Yeah.
think we need to belabor the point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will. If you point me in the right direction, I'll shoot an arrow at it.
He's right over there.
I can just cantrip it to death too.
Okay,
That too, yeah.
go ahead.
I like setting
I'd
things
say
on fire. So.
the flame's been very effective.
Yeah. Well, imps
how
only
we-
have 10 hit points, so
Yeah. So, sacred flame. Yeah.
Mhm. yeah. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Yep.
Assuming if you get as much as 10, then
Yeah. That's a 23. So yes.
yep. So basically, again, what happens is it unfreezes just long enough to burst into flame and then dissolve into goo and evaporate into nothing.
Well,
so here's
beautiful.
the thing.
that went
I
better
feel
than I
like
expected.
we should maybe not question this thing in front of Miranessa because I think that might freak her
Mhm.
out a little bit.
That makes sense.
Oh, we've got time now. It's
Yeah.
going to stay
yes
in here
and
as
no.
long as we want it to.
You guys keep saying that, but we are on a bit of a time crunch.
Right. So I say we question it, and then we can put him back in the bottle, and we can use him later.
But it's
Or, you know,
it's
send him
harder
on
to
his
put
way.
them back in the bottle. I learned that the hard way.
Not if it's still
No,
within
if
that
it's
hour
within
and
the
he's under
hour,
our
yeah.
control. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can wait on that. It's effectively off the board now, so it's
Yes,
not a
but if
piece
we
we have
keep
to worry
going
about.
about business and we restart time, who knows? I mean, they might send another one. We don't know until we question him. And I'm not sure, like, your father wouldn't be safe. We don't know that he will.
Yeah,
Don't you want to
Right.
make sure?
as sure as anything. Yeah, okay. I just don't like the idea that now we've got it trapped. We give it a chance to get free again.
Well, maybe we can go back to the main chamber there and at least release it into one of the cells.
No, because it has magic and it can get away.
Yeah.
I mean, the other one just vamped away, like right in the middle of the fight after it cut off Alaric's father's head. So
True.
We've got an hour with this thing, and it will basically do whatever we tell it to, so long as we're not ordering it to its death. I think.
That's correct.
Well, I mean, where do you want to do this?
do we need to do it right now?
I don't know.
What else are we doing? This was
You want to go to
I
the
don't think
bedrooms?
so.
You want to go to the bedrooms first and see some maps?
Let's just do it here. Come on.
Yeah, there's a nice
Place where
open
it's more or
space.
less safe.
It's an
Yeah.
arena. What could go wrong?
Yeah.
You might want to.
Yeah, a giant spider on the floor. It's cool.
How far down is that other level, Christiana?
It's like 15 feet.
Okay, can I jump down?
Yeah.
And I just want to see what's down there. If there's like any creatures or monsters hidden behind,
So let me show that other map, and again, obviously
Oh.
Yeah. So what you see, down there is that there are various hallways. You see some walls that look like they are pens, and could be opened. Like these doors, could be opened up.
Right.
And you go around and look through some of them, and you can see that time frozen. There are some giant spiders in some of the cells, and others are empty.
Okay.
Hey, that's the spiders they were looking for before.
Mm-hmm.
Do the spiders have
You-
hands?
I look. Do the spiders have hands?
They do not. They do have the creepy little
Okay.
petty pelt things, like
All right. No hands there, Mugen.
other than being the size of bears, they are otherwise normal spiders.
I don't think a cupcake is gonna satiate these ones.
Well, you don't
Let's
have
not
to,
disturb
right?
them.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
I ain't touching those spiders. I touch a spider. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I will.
I'm gonna fly down with him just to be there as kind of backup. And
All right.
I mean,
Well, I'm not missing this. I want to go down too.
All right. Everybody's coming down.
Everybody's coming. down.
Everybody.
All
Everybody
right.
was kung fu fighting.
All right. So we got Nira and Mugen and was everybody coming down? For
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
for reasons?
Why not?
Sure. All right.
I think so.
Oops. And a lark. All right.
So, should I release him from the bottle? Everybody at the ready, just in
Yeah,
case.
everybody,
all goes south?
prepare whatever you need to prepare. And
They might only listen to you, Kat, because you hold the bottle.
yeah.
true.
Okay, so you guys tell me what to ask it then, because I don't know.
Well, you could just say, "Hey, answer all their questions."
Okay, you don't got to be so snippy about it. All right, I uncorked the bottle and I'll let him back out.
All right. Ooh, hang on. Let me make him. There we go.
He was bigger before.
Yeah.
God.
All right.
Hey.
The trail of smoke emerges from the bottle and then solidifies into the form of the Orthon, who lands on the ground, looks around confused a little bit, and then turns to look at all of you, and something horrifying happens. And what that is that this devilish, enormous tusked face smiles, and it goes, "Oh, hey there."
Hi.
Hey, man, what's going on, orthopedic?
Well, I guess you guys are my friends now.
Yeah,
Kinda
man,
weird.
we're like best pals.
Crazy world, huh?
Well, I sure didn't predict it.
I mean,
I'm usually pretty smart about these things.
yeah.
I didn't
You
even
know,
see where you guys came from.
We just kind of bamfed in.
Mm.
So, we're gonna ask you some questions, and we're hoping you'll answer them.
Oh, sure.
All right. Go ahead, guys.
The contract on Miranessa.
Yeah.
How long does that last? And is there any way to break it?
Well, the first question's easier than the other one. The contract lasts is got to kill her, and then make sure she stays dead for at least 10 days. And during that 10-day period, if there's any sign or evidence that anyone related to her or in her proximity might have the ability to raise her after the 10-day period, I should try to stop them from doing so. But if no evidence of that has appeared within 10 days, then it's considered a contract fulfilled. It's pretty standard terms, honestly. The presence of powerful magic in such a place, it's hard to really have any sort of a permanent kill done, if people meddling with high-powered magic, and, so usually you put those sorts of conditions in. Now, of course, she actually had a lot of guards around her, so I've been kind of waiting for her to be alone.
Yeah, I could see where that would be a problem.
I almost got her, though. Ah!
Yeah. So, but the second part of that question, is there a way to break that contract or just dissolve it? Make it
Right. Well, here's the thing. Contracts like that, the high-up devils, they don't like those contracts being broken. No. They make that real hard. And not only that, but like, if none of you are like a party to the contract, I don't think you guys can break it. Like, it has to be like one of the parties involved in the contract has to do it. So, like, you got the big dragon guy who put out the hit, right? Now, my understanding is he went and got himself killed. So, that guy is screwed no matter what. I bet he does want to break that contract because now he's in hell, right? So, I'm sure he wants to break the contract, but, like, that's kind of the whole point, right? Is they're supposed to get a soul, so... Now, I understand he's litigating some narrow part of it, like he didn't, but, there's no way. It's good. He gets to be in hell for thousands of years at least while he tries to work out the fine print.
Quite a penalty. Wow.
Yeah, now that said, that means we have to keep doing our part of it, at least until we've met the basic terms.
And that she
Cool.
has to be dead for 10 days.
That's right. So like if we determine that she's too well protected for me to do it, they'll send more. And so, I know there was another hit too, but I wasn't directly involved in that one. But it's kind of the same deal. So we have to hold up our part, or else our side of the contract is void, and the dragon gets his soul back to do what I don't know what he's going to do with it now that he's dead. But, we don't get it anymore, and that's obviously a bad thing, so.
So if you were to
Right.
die, others would just
Wow.
come into place.
Well, yeah. Like if I were to die, I'm just going back to the nine hells, right? That's
Right,
all
right.
that happens to me. Now, that said, it doesn't look good. I got a reputation. You come to the prime material plane to kill someone, you get sent back without accomplishing that. They don't pick you next time, right? So that's no good. So I don't want to die, but, it's not the end of the world. So,
Sure.
yeah. What was the question again?
They'll just keep sending more.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, no, there's
So-
lots of guys like me waiting in line.
So, like, if she's dead for 10 days and then say somebody brings her back after that 10 days, it doesn't matter, like, the contract was fulfilled?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. That's why you got to put in those sorts of things. You build in, it's like, okay, well, there's terms like that, he, of course, wants them to be dead forever. But we kind of say, okay, yeah, but like a powerful enough creature, like if they get it in mind, then they want to raise it, like they could do it however long, you get someone powerful enough. So, they don't put that in contracts anymore. It's like dead forever. No, that doesn't, can't do that.
If you don't die, that means that another assassin won't come, right? Like, you're the guy.
Right, yeah, I would rather be able to take her out myself.
Sure.
Right?
But let's
But
say...
you also said if they thought you couldn't do it, they'd send more.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like there is kind of a ticking clock on it. So, as if it looks like I'm not going to be able to do it in time, then they'll send reinforcements.
Oh, what is the deadline there?
Well, I think that we've got 3 more days before they're going to send the next wave. But I think I can take her out before then. Like, they're all confused down here. They don't know what they're doing.
What if, she's already dead and it wasn't you? Like, would you get in trouble?
Oh, no, that's fine. That works out just fine. The point is not that we have to kill her. This is we make sure she's dead.
Right.
So if she gets killed doing something else,
just
that's fine.
So how do you actually have to go back to that? You could just go back and just, or can you just phone it in, say job's done?
Oh.
How do you?
Well,
how do you complete it? Complete the transaction.
Oh, well, if see, the thing is, that's the whole nature of the magical contract, right? It knows. That's the whole idea. They're not relying on me to tell them. The contract knows.
Gotcha.
Someone on the other end holds this contract, right?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Well, it's the Prince of Hell. This is a big one. Ordinarily he wouldn't get involved in a contract with a mortal, but the dragon, boy, yeah, big fish.
Well, this seems like a fairly easy problem to solve. I don't know, Kat, do you wanna put him away now?
Sure.
Come on, we're having such a good conversation.
Oh yeah, and we'll have, I'm sure, at least one more. It'll be fine. It'll be great. We'll have some laughs.
Don't pull me back in the bottle, you guys. Come on.
Put him in the bottle.
Well,
Please.
so Kat has it, so.
Please
Yeah.
put him in the bottle.
I'll put him back in the bottle.
So I think basically you have to tell him to go back into the bottle.
All right, Orthopedic, it's time to go back in the bottle.
All right. Only because it's you guys.
All right, so this is simple.
Talking that voice
Simple.
hurts my throat.
Well, yeah, they just have to be dead for 10 days, and that's a problem I can solve, right?
I was dead for a little while, but I didn't like it. 10 days seems like a long time.
They won't know. They'll know that they're going to die and that they'll be dead for 10 days, but they'll be dead. They won't know.
The problem is you can't watch over them.
But
you
they'll
can't do
be.
anything near them because they'll know. That was
You can
part
be-
of it.
This
near
is
them.
all kind of moot right
No.
now because we're going on
Oh.
0 days. There's not days
That's
that
true.
are happening.
Yes.
Right, but
Until
what
we
I'm
start
saying-
time again.
I just
I'm
feel like
saying
there's a
is
cart
this is
and a horse, and I'm not sure which is which, but I'm pretty sure one is in front of the other that shouldn't be there.
It's more like a couple of cards.
All
Several
I'm
cards.
saying is that we just backburner this for now. We explain the situation when, all the other stuff is, when time is moving again. And if their choices are, be dead for 10 days or be dead forever, what would you choose?
The thing is, they aren't just dead for 10 days. Like it said, there can be nobody around them that can possibly bring them back.
Right.
Which means they're vulnerable.
To what? They're dead.
Their bodies
Exactly.
are still there. And that can be ruined. Maybe
Yeah,
you can bring
how?
it back.
Okay,
What's
but-
the smallest
Oh.
piece of body you need in order to bring them back to life?
Like a piece of fingernail.
Yeah, like it's not.
Yeah,
really-
it's worth noting that like you guys that can cast those spells sort of know intuitively that the 10 days is not an arbitrary limit. It's because just only the most powerful resurrection spells can do it after that much time.
A lot can happen to a corpse in 10 days.
Especially if they have angered people and there's lots of people interested
Even if
in
they
it.
don't anger people, like rot gets in there quick sometimes.
That
Yeah.
doesn't matter because a strong enough resurrection spell and boom, they're back to normal. I'm not saying that it's not nothing to do it.
It sounds like you're saying it's nothing.
He actually said it was nothing.
It's expensive.
Well,
But,
I mean, she has a good point. It's 10 days or it's forever.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to go trekking through the nine hells and kill the Prince of Hell and get the contract back. I mean, you could always do that, but I love you, Lark, but I'm not going with you there to do that.
I don't want to. But
It does sound fun, though. Can I just say?
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It
No,
could
really
be,
don't
but no.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if I really trust that thing to be fully telling us the truth, or maybe not even knowing
Of
the
course
entire.
not.
Prince of Hell owns this contract.
Prince
How
of
do you-
Witch Hell, do we know? Because there's 9 of them.
There's probably more.
Otterkey, one of the things that you know from your studies are that especially when it comes to contracts, like devils are like they don't lie. They might try to trick
Right.
you, but nothing that they say will be untrue.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
How
So-
are they about like
They are
contracts?
lawful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're like,
they will definitely try to trick you with fancy words in a contract, that sort of thing, but they won't actually out and out lie.
so once the contract is complete, then they come back and there's nothing that they can do about it.
Well, for that matter, they don't care. What they want is the dragon's soul, and they only get that if they fulfill their end of the contract. That's what they want.
And I gotta tell you right now, I want that dragon to go and be there and be suffering because he was a real asshole.
Yeah.
He's not yet.
Very true.
That'll be something
No,
to
that-
worry. The dragon may be dead, but that doesn't mean they're gone, and their soul isn't owned by by hell yet, which means it's motivated to not be gone. I don't know where it would be. I don't know what happens between death and hell, but we can deal with that later.
I mean, we could go back to the dragon and raise it from the dead and be like, what could we do to make you drop this contract so that you don't have to be going to hell if you wanted to do that? But no.
No
I
more
mean, it's-
deals with that
yeah.
dragon.
No more
Just
dragon
imagine that
deals.
conversation.
I don't know.
Moratorium. on
Really
any
sorry
deals
we killed you the
with
last
dragon.
time.
I do
we were
know
here,
that-
but, yeah.
Amethyst will be very, very upset with any course of action that requires taking unnecessary life again. Got a very stern talking to last time.
I mean, I'm not thrilled about that either. I'm enlightened now.
I mean, we can make it painless. I suppose that's the only way we could do this.
The pain isn't the thing, it's the death. The death is the thing.
But they're going to die either way. I mean,
From a certain point of view, we're all going to die.
Just, you
They
know,
can either-
we all have
Well,
our
not me, probably,
beliefs.
but you
I'm
guys.
just putting it out there. I'm letting you know
It's one thing to
that
accept
we have our beliefs, and this is a very strong, no
I
thank
know.
you.
what if we give them a choice and say, okay, here's what could happen, and then it would be their choice? Then it's not an unnecessary death, it's them making a choice about their future because they're either going to be dead for 10 days or they're going to be fighting off
This-
these demons forever.
You know, I'm more and more aligned with her as we go on because this vow I took was to protect life. So
But to protect them, they have to temporarily die.
there's
You're
I
confident.
don't. I'm not feeling that.
Yeah, you're
That's
very
hard.
confident that
I
nothing.
kind of went with it
damage
last time, and it
corpse.
felt really, really bad. It felt I've been having nightmares. If
It's
there's
not-
any other, I'm just saying, if there's anything, any other way,
I feel like any plan that
It's-
has a step that's literally killing your mom is a bad one.
right?
That's
Look,
just
the
a
choice
bad
here
plan.
is they can die terrified at the hands of an orthon or whatever they send next.
Why are we
Or they
limiting
can
ourselves
go-
to these two options? That you either kill her
Right.
now or someone else kills her later. We can think
It
of
wouldn't-
another plan.
Be permanent. What other plan? Please suggest something that doesn't
mean-
involve going to the 9 hells and
Well, I mean, you
killing
don't,
another
I
It
god.
is
really like
already a
that
third
one.
option.
you dislike negotiating with the dragon, but that is an option.
It's motivated.
I
Right.
do have another wish.
I dislike
spell.
one option. You dislike one option. What? Oh, what
Oh,
else?
you
What
have
else?
another
What
wish?
else? What else? What else?
Oh, I mean, I have the wish spell.
well,
We know how well that worked out, but hey, it's not all bad.
Maybe you could phrase it right this time.
One thing to be sure of, and we'll have to be careful.
I'll write
on
it
this,
down. Go through some rough drafts.
But when a person dies, their soul is freed from their body. I would imagine, like in the dragon's case, that soul could be claimed. We'd have to make sure that Miranessa and my father's soul is not already claimed by another, if not claimed by the demon somehow. If they've made a contract of their own, they may not be able to come back. Although my father did, so there's that.
true.
But your mother survived. I'm not saying
Yeah,
it's
but I
necessarily
feel
has
like
to-
that's
From what we
making
know,
them
the
seem a whole
dragon's
lot
probably
more
on the
exciting than what
astral
they are.
plane.
Why don't you talk to your mother and see what she wants?
I think it should be her choice.
Well, I'd hate to take that.
True.
choice
I
away.
mean, free will is
But the fact is,
Absolute.
when we
There's got to
go
be a better way.
fight off this demon summoning where they, remember the demon lord that's at the base of this
Mhm.
mountain here? Remember that?
Yeah.
Do you really want to be dealing with assassins trying to kill her at the same time as we're trying to fix all of that nonsense down there?
One,
What do you go-
3 days.
one thing to
He'll be-
keep in mind too, though, is that depending on which spell you are trying to do, it is not a trivial amount of damage, or cost rather. Actually, okay, never mind.
Right.
So you need it's 1,000 gold worth of diamonds per casting.
Right.
And then it's also it does not automatically fix any other things that might have happen and
Right.
yeah.
It closes all mortal wounds and restores any missing body parts. That's what resurrection does.
Right.
Right. So, even if we just had the hand, in theory,
Let's hope that doesn't come to that. As someone who had to make this decision already and relied upon the rest of you to make sure, and in particular Nirakina, to make sure that I came back, I know what kind of decisions she will face. But we have to make sure she's assured that it will work. I knew.
But here's the thing, it's not just her, it's also your father, because that time, it hasn't been 10 days. He was only dead for 2 days before we
Yeah.
brought him back.
Well,
So, I mean, they're going to be coming back for him again, too.
it's going to be immediately because the creature died, which means they're going to send more.
Yes.
So that's even tighter time frame. But I think I can convince him, stubborn as he is. I can convince him because of my faith in Nirakina. I don't know if your mother shares that same faith, Nirakina, I'm afraid. We'll
I
have
know
to
I
look-
don't share that same faith. I mean, I love you, Toots. I do, but it's just This is a big, big spell. This is
She
a-
like brought me and Alaric back from the dead.
How long had you been dead?
We were only dead for like an hour, I think.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, but
It is.
still, it worked.
It's a spell I can do. It will be expensive. I couldn't cast anything else for the rest of the day if I did that. But
So
it's doable. It's completely possible. It is within the realm of things that we can do. Like,
timing
I don't
has to
know
work
why
out.
this is a question.
they have
Because
to
you're
be
killing
gone.
someone.
They have to be gone for 10 days, which means time has to be not frozen.
Right. So
During that
that's what I'm
time-
saying is that we can't really tackle that right now.
But the thing is, we'll have to return to the Copperbeard estate as soon as we can. Your mother's assassin was waylaid, which means there's 3 more days before they're going to send the reinforcements. My father's assassin was killed, which means they'll send them as soon as they can.
Here's the thing.
That means right away when time starts.
If your mom had just died by accident, and you were like, we have to wait 10 days, but I can bring her back after the 10 days, that would be different. To actually go in there and murder your mother so that someone else doesn't get the chance feels wrong.
It doesn't have to be murder. She can take her own life. It's what I...
Convincing someone to do
The other choice is
suicide
that
is
someone
not
else
better.
actually murders her who wants her to stay dead.
But
Oh, no,
that's
she
why it's
convinced
so
me and
important.
Alaric to do it.
Right, and that's why it's so important that she has to trust Nirikina. She has to believe that Nirikina will do this. She's putting all of her faith in Nirikina. And until that happens, I don't know if she would be willing to do this. And if she's not willing to do this, then we would have to do this. And I don't, want
think
to
she
face that.
should do it.
I won't force it on her. I won't. That isn't what I'm saying. We'll present her with the options and give her the choice. If she wants to battle them forever, then so be it. But she
Are you
needs
sure
to
you're not
have
living
the
out the
other
fantasy
option.
of killing your mother? That's cool if that's what
I
this
don't
is.
even remember her, so how could I? I
Well,
have
just
nothing
checking.
against her, really.
Nothing having your memory is kind of like killing her already. And I'm worried about why you still won't take your memories back. You don't remember, maybe, but that should tell you something.
I didn't say I didn't remember my reason.
Well,
Hmm.
come on. We're all friends here.
You know, I'm actually kind of starting to wonder about that.
Oh, that hurts, Toots. That hurts.
It actually does.
I owe a debt. And I feel as though the Queen told me that she wasn't going to tell me what she was going to ask of me because it wouldn't mean anything to me.
Hmm.
If my memories come back, there are a lot of things that might mean a lot more to me. And that could trigger her to call her debt due.
But you don't think she would...
I don't
She's
know.
on our side now.
Is she? She's on her side.
Well, I can't argue with that. We can deal with that.
You don't have to deal with it. I do. It's not going to mean anything to you.
It's going to mean something to me. It already does. Because it means something to you. You don't think we've gone through all of this because none of us mean anything to each other, do you? The things we've had to do, the things that we've had to rely upon in each other, you don't think that means anything? Of course it does. You have a hard decision. You have a hard...
A lot closer, and it's insulting for you
It's
to
still
compare.
going to happen. She'll still ask for it at some point. Hell, she could even restore your memories just to make sure that it happens, if that's actually what it was. She's the one that restored someone else's memories, mine, actually. So
You
she could just
remembered.
do it anyway. Some days. So that doesn't matter. She could restore them anyway. So you worrying about it doesn't really make a difference. And if
She
the
even
amount
said
of
she wouldn't
times you
force
need
it.
to know things,
She gave us the choice. And she kind of, the way she said it was like she thought anyone would be crazy to get their memories back.
She did say that.
I have no reason to believe that she would force that issue.
She said that we were better off without them, which, in a way, sort of contradicts that whole point. Because what if she's saying that for a totally different reason than what you suspect?
besides, if she really thought you were better off without them and she had something for you to do, then why would she not restore them? Yes, it would cause you pain, but then she could call upon the thing that she wants you to do.
Yes, but then she wouldn't look as good and kind and wonderful as she wants everyone to think she is.
I
No
don't know,
one really
Jets.
thinks that.
I wasn't there, but this whole thing does sound a bit like the shell game.
Yeah.
Everything is the shell game.
Not everything. Usually just kobolds. But this in particular seems like she's trying to get you to think about one thing while keeping something else from you.
I think she's keeping a lot of things from everybody, actually. I did have a thought. You know, we said we would get that book for her, and we did. I don't remember ever promising that we'd let her keep it, though.
True.
You can't have it, Mira.
It's kind of all
Not
knowing
what
now.
I'm saying. I mean, it's a great book, but
I don't think that crossing the queen just yet is on my list of to-dos, but
I haven't even talked to the queen since we've been back.
It's because she's frozen.
I haven't even tried.
that surprises me, actually,
Why?
because Ket's very fond of the queen,
Is he, though?
or appears to be. At the very least, it amounts to the same thing.
regardless, that is my choice to make. And now we need to let my mother make her choice. It's her decision. I won't make it for her.
But we can present you in the light that she'll be convinced that you can do this. Maybe she will be already, I don't know. You have the power of Oshama within you, and that is something that I think she can respect. You know,
That it takes faith, and I can't force that. It's up to her.
if faith can be destroyed, it can be grown.
I'm not sure that's true.
I have faith in it.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm gonna fly up and go back to the the sigil thingy.
Sure.
And she's heading off to the bedrooms. We know this.
No, I'm going to the council.
All right.
Because I have no reason to go to the bedrooms now, like I said.
The rest of you go to the bedrooms because you assume she's
Heck
going to the
yeah.
bedrooms and then she's not there. Tell me if you're really doing that.
No, I'm following Toots.
All right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to come and watch the train wreck.
All right.
Someone has to cock you out of killing your mother. I'm sorry.
Plot twist, she's already dead when we get there.
Bum, bum, bum.
We leave you alone with her and Amethyst kills you? I don't understand. It won't work anymore.
Amethyst is missing.
Oh, God, not again.
No, I think by this time, actually, Amethyst is. I was just about to say making small talk with Miranessa, but I was just really thinking about Amethyst and Miranessa and trying to imagine what possible small talk those two could have with each other, and I cannot fathom
I
it.
just I just assume
would
that
probably
there's
be
like a
something
cloud of
very
puppies or
mom-like.
something.
Everyone was talking once. I didn't.
Go ahead, Starla.
Oh,
Mira.
I was just thinking they would probably be having some kind of like mom conversation. It's like these kids.
Yeah,
I
talking about.
just assume.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
you hear Miranessa telling Amethyst baby Nira stories.
See, I would just assume there's a cloud of puppies around both of them at this point.
Yeah, I buy that. The arm is regrown now, by the way. She does still have one half of her face bandaged, but it's the wound of it is largely healed, and the arm has regrown.
Alright, so she's still sitting, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna grab a chair, and I will pull it up so that I'm kind of sitting across from her.
This looks like a serious expression.
I don't know how to put this in an easy way. First of all, and I'm going to kind of reach out and I will tap her with, let's see, what do I have? I will do Cure Wounds at, hold on. I have to find the right, is that third level? That's fourth level. Okay, I'm gonna do it at fourth level.
Okay.
Just kind of hoping to get rid of the last of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
yeah, you go ahead, and she is fully healed, but I think that she doesn't remove the bandages from over one eye. You suspect that, like, if the eye was lost, that would need a second regeneration casting.
Right. So the thing is, we found the creature that was after you. And we trapped it, and we spoke to it. It is not an ideal situation.
She
Essentially,
almost laughs just at the.
yeah. I hope you can still find the lightness in this later. The contract states that they are to take your life and that you must be dead for 10 days with no one around you that could undo that. And then they consider the contract fulfilled. If this creature cannot take your life within the next 3 days, another wave of assassins, probably plural, will be sent. And if you find a way to fight them off, more will be sent until the contract is fulfilled. But should you be dead for 10 days, like I said, the contract would be fulfilled, and that's something I can fix.
Me being dead is something you can fix.
It is.
After 10 days.
I know. Yeah, I know how that sounds.
She can do it. She brought me back.
Not after 10 days, though.
No. But she's grown since then.
You don't have to do this. Like, we can find another way.
She kind of looks to Nira like, another. I have to confess, it doesn't seem like an appealing option.
It's not ideal, like I said.
If you say you can do it, I believe you. But is there really no other way?
We could track down the one that made the bargain, the one that laid the contract, and
That would involve bringing that dragon back from the dead.
he's probably on the astral plane. We could go to him.
No, he's not. He's in the 9 hells.
No, his soul will be claimed until the contract's complete, right?
The Orthon did say he was in the 9 hells, but that he was fighting the terms of the contract.
Right.
Oh, right.
In the nice part of the 9 hells. Never mind. Right. So yeah.
She says, you mentioned something about no one around who could bring me back. But you're saying you would bring me back.
Well, that just means within your immediate vicinity. If they detect anyone around you that could potentially bring you back, they would target that person as well.
Doesn't that just mean they would target you?
That's pretty much what that means, yes.
Yes.
That's okay, though. We can handle that.
What if you can't, though? Like, I just to toss that out there. What if you do die, Toots, before those 10 days are up?
Well, then she stays dead, or if she's not already dead, more come after her until she is dead, and then there is nobody. It's a grim situation. Thank you for bringing more grimness to it.
Just covering all the angles.
Yeah.
I still think we should just go down to the 9 hells and just give this dragon what for.
There may be another way. Nirkina, can I talk to you for a moment?
Fine.
Just stand off to the side. You have grown a lot, and your connection with Ushama is incredible. I don't know if it's just within the scope of Ushama's power, but if anyone, if a god can't do it, I don't know who could. But you could ask Ushama to intervene, to break the contract.
Just given what we're facing, I might be able to ask something like that, but given everything else in front of us, it's not that it would be a waste. But the thing we're trying to undo, everything we're trying to fix is so much bigger and affects so many more lives.
Oh, well, I'm kind of a god. Maybe I should try.
Why is Mugen listening in on a private conversation?
Why wouldn't I?
It's moving. I kind of expected it.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Well, so what I will say briefly is it does make perfect sense that Mugen would be listening, but I also want to make sure that, like, obviously some of this is a little abstracted, and so we don't want to necessarily, like, if Nira is only saying things that she would say if she was sure it was private, I don't want to just force that someone overheard it, right?
Sure.
You see what I mean? So I just want to, like, if Nira would have made absolutely sure that they were all the way across the room and nobody else was nearby. Like, you see what I mean? Like, I don't want to. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to break the role play of it.
Let's let Nir Alaric have their moment.
Have your moment, guys.
I just wanted to mention as a possibility. We're facing off a lot of things, I know. I don't know what it will cost, and I don't know. I don't know if it'll even work. I think it would, but that's me in faith, I guess. It's getting weird. I don't know if I've ever believed in anything quite this much.
Maybe you should be the one carrying around this spirit then. You seem to
I
have
got
an
broad
easier time
shoulders,
with
but
it than I do.
I don't think I have that much strength.
It's surprising what you can do when pressed.
Yeah, well, we all have our moments, I guess. Look, I'm going through the same thing. And I'm not relishing that talk with my father either. I know the decision you laid out. And maybe what we're facing later, maybe it'll need that power intervening, but maybe we can cross that bridge. And besides, Cat apparently knows how to make another wish. And while that doesn't exactly throw me with utmost confidence or throw me with the possibilities of how dangerous and terrible and mostly silly and amusing our lives can get if he tries to get anything again, he's still pretty powerful too. And I don't think it necessarily holds the same level as Rashama, but
I don't know. I think I need a moment to think without everyone else telling me what I should do.
of course, the one luxury we seem to have in a certain strange sense is time. I just wanted to remind you that there's at least one more option. And if there's at least one more, maybe there's another that I haven't thought of. But look, I'm not smart, not really, not wise. Maybe, look, if you need anything, I'm always there. For now, I'll be over there. And I'm going to walk away.
So I'm going to stand there for a minute. And then without talking to anybody else, I'm going to go back up to the sigil.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the sigil to the bedrooms.
Okay. All right. So let's see.
Yay, map.
Yeah.
And just hope she doesn't die because it'd be really embarrassing.
Everything's frozen. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So you're in sort of a little antechamber here where there is a frozen guard. And you see a little hallway that goes down, and there's a couple of different. Actually, you arrive up here.
All right. Well, not really didn't really come up here to dig through people's stuff or whatever. But I guess I'll check if there's a room that's either empty or somebody that's not doing something weird, or that, somebody that I can easily ignore.
Okay.
So not overtly creepy, or I don't know if, they're
All right.
bedrooms. I don't know what people are doing.
Well, so if you in this room, there is someone in there, but he seems to be staring at a painting on the wall. So it's his back is towards the center of the room. He's kind of staring there, hands, kind of clasped behind his back in kind of an at-rest sort of pose. So,
All right, well, that's pretty innocuous. So if his back is to the center of the room, is there a chair or something
yeah.
somewhere to sit?
Well, like there's a chest at the foot of the bed.
All right. I don't require anything fancy. I'm just gonna have a seat.
All right.
So I'm thinking about this, and Lark does have a point. And it would be hard to be effective with this hanging over our heads. But the trick is to find the right phrasing. So I need to figure out how to ask what I want to ask. And then just hope I don't need to whip out the big guns later.
Well, so here's the thing. This is Christiana asking Starla. If you would like, we can stop here and we can pick up with whatever your chosen words are next time. Because I don't want to force you to have to come up with the perfect words in the moment. If you feel like you could come to what you want them to be later.
Yeah, I think I might actually need a little bit of time to think about it. If you wanted to switch back to the other folks and I don't know, figure out whatever it is they're doing and then wrap up, or
well, so
yeah, I'm gonna need just a little bit of time.
Yeah, I mean, does anyone else have any business that they want to cover? Because Nira has kind of gone off to think about it a little bit, but I think at this point, Nira has gone off to think, and Miranessa is kind of still there, a little bit shell shocked of like, I have faith in my daughter, but this is a big one.
Yeah, we're still gonna try to figure out a way to have her not kill you.
There's got to be other options.
He doesn't have to kill you. You just have to be dead.
That doesn't help much, but yeah.
Well, I mean, she doesn't have
Chuckles, let it go. Let it go, Chuckles.
Something that was always true about Nira is that when she believes that something is the right thing to do, she sometimes chooses the hardest path and heads for it immediately because she believes that it will just having the decision made. She fears the indecision more than the work. But sometimes that means that because she has chosen in haste, she chooses a harder path than necessary. I don't know if that's the situation here. I just know that that's how her education went.
It's hard to trust anything, but it seems too easy. I understand that.
I mean, here's the thing, guys. I mean, this is what, like 10 minutes? I mean, have we really stopped to really even think about all of this? I mean, this assassin told us this like 10 minutes ago. We put him back in the bottle, and now here we are about to kill Nira's mother.
We are definitely not about to kill Nira.
No, we're not about to do that.
No,
Right.
But you know what I mean. I mean,
the only one who wanted to do that is Nira, and she's not even in the room anymore.
Well, I mean, the more pressing, I think, is really Alaric's father.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think
we know we have 3 days here. We
Yeah.
don't know how much time we have.
And maybe none at all. I don't think we
always
can
take
fix
Nira's mother. We could always take Nira's mother with us.
No,
Or, I mean,
We
wait,
couldn't.
this is the same contract, right?
no.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the same agreement involved both hits. Yeah.
So yeah, we just have to nullify the agreement or change it.
yes, the Prince of Hell, or one of the Princes of Hell. I didn't know there were more than one.
I don't know why this seems the hard part for you guys. How many monsters have you fought? How many gods and things? Oh, all of a sudden a Prince of Hell and you're all scared. Come on! We're the heroes of legend!
I mean,
Why are you balking at this?
Foxy's got a point.
Thank you.
I mean, we haven't faced any gods. Not opposed to us, anyway.
Not as gods.
We have the god in the bottle.
You guys are gods. You just had a letter explaining it to you. Why are you concerned about this?
That's not the same.
How do you know, Alaric? That is your answer to everything. Like, you just want to make everything so complicated. What if it's not complicated at all?
I mean,
What if there is a path that did not mean that you're responsible for all the sorrow in the world, Chuckles? Did you think about that?
I'd like.
What
it
if
to be
you
true, but it's
alleviated some of the sorrow of the world? Huh?
not. Trying to do that.
No, you're not.
But it doesn't have to be so complicated all the time. Like,
I wish it weren't.
but
wish
you're
I
making
didn't.
it
Oh,
more
I
complicated.
don't believe that for a second.
I just don't want to do the wrong thing. I
Anything
don't wanna
could be
make
the
it
wrong
worse.
thing.
No,
Anything
but
could be wrong.
Right. Bubbles is right. All right. You know, you do the wrong thing, then you fix it. Then you do something else. Then you do it again. How many times have I done the wrong thing? Constantly.
you can't go through life trying to do the perfect thing all the time. That's not living.
it's not like that. We can never do the perfect thing, but these things aren't simple. I would love it
Nothing
to be a
is.
lot simpler.
No,
Yeah, but
no.
this is not just, it's not that simple.
Now you know how
keeps it from
gods
being that
feel.
simple?
That's how
I'm not
gods
a
feel
god.
all the time. Well,
Maybe
you can just
missed
choose.
that.
You can choose not to be one if that's what you want.
It's
But
not
the
a
letter said that
choice.
you're gods.
I don't know who wrote that letter. For all I know, Mugen wrote that letter.
I didn't.
Or
I would
maybe-
tell you.
Or maybe it was the hag, and I don't trust much.
It
what
didn't
the
even
hag
look like
has
Mugen's
said.
handwriting.
Thank you.
I'm sure that Mugen can fake
No,
all
I
of
am
our
an excellent
handwriting.
forger.
Yeah.
See?
But it
But-
was not me. Because if it was me, I would reveal it now, because that would be really funny. But it's not. Listen,
Insight check.
I mean, how hard can it be?
Hard to read, I suspect.
I really want to go to these 9 hells. I really do.
You know, I'm kind of thinking that's not a bad idea, to be honest.
How do we
with you.
get to the 9 hells? Does anyone know?
I mean, we barely survived the abyss, and the only reason was because Ket rewrote the universe.
But everything's frozen now too. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, I bet the 9 hells are frozen.
I
Yeah.
have no idea.
We could
Only
probably
one way to
just walk.
find out.
We could probably just walk through the portal that
is-
they're opening to bring in the demon prince, and go where we want to go.
I guess
Technically,
well,
that's
we'd
the-
have to activate a portal, and then that would
Also,
You know how to
that
go
portal
both
is
ways.
to the
That's
abyss.
not good.
The
That's
demon
not a
lord
good
comes
look.
from the abyss, not the hells. Anyway, different places technically.
Right.
Right.
Well, this is
Yeah,
this
true.
is your kind of thing, right, Clyde? Can you open a portal to hell?
I cannot.
Can I open a portal to hell? Probably not.
I really hope not.
I mean, I bet I
Cadence,
could.
You know how to use the tree to do it. If the
Well,
I
tree,
do or they do.
Cadence does.
Okay.
I mean, technically, we could.
Go
we
on.
have 3 days, right?
We have
Well, I mean,
a
we
lot
have
of days.
infinite days because time is not moving.
Well, yeah.
Go on, Bubbles. What's this? What's this? What can we do?
I mean, the tree is asleep, but
Ah.
when we touched it, it stirred a little bit. So,
Right.
I
Mhm.
mean, there's a possibility that we might be able to use it to travel to where we wanted to go.
Oh,
But would you have to make it entirely?
let's go to hell.
There's
Let's
just
go to hell
one,
right now.
there's just one
Not
little
create
problem.
more problems. You're
One
talking
little
about-
problem. One little problem. How are we going to convince Nero?
let's
That's
call
not
it
the only
there for
problem.
tonight. Partly because all of this discussion
Cliffhanger.
might be moot
How do you
based on
solve
whatever
the
it is
problem of
that.
the mirror?
Excellent.
Okay.
All right, so yes, I think that's where we will leave things for this week. Thank you everybody for watching and listening, and thank you guys for playing because that was a lot of fun. And so we'll be back next week for more adventure on so many
So
levels.
many levels.
Complications.
Under a mountain
Guiding Light Edition.
or hells.
Rock
Oh, I hope
family
we go to
drama.
hell.